Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. Right now it is the July 50% off Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble. So here are some Criterion titles that I think you should pick up during this sale. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion Collection sale is now active, which runs to the end of the month. It is good on 50% off in-store and online for DVD, Blu Ray, and 4K discs from the Criterion Collection. Now, I thought in this video I would go over what I would recommend to you that you check out for yourself as part of the sale. If you don't know, Criterion Collection is one of the premier boutique labels that handles physical media, and about twice a year Barnes & Noble has a sale of 50% off, usually July and November, and of course Amazon also price matches this particular event. And when it comes to the Criterion Collection, I'm a big fan of it. I think the label puts out some great quality films, and there are just so many to choose from. I really had trouble narrowing it down, but I want to pick, just give you some of my suggestions, recommendations that you may want to check out. If you got a huge cart or a wish list and you're having trouble narrowing something down, maybe this video will help you out. Last year, the Criterion Collection entered the 4K Ultra HD market, which made a lot of us collectors very happy. It was about time. And so far, they put out some very interesting films. So I thought I would highlight a few of them. One here is one of my favorite Billy Wilder movies, and that is Double Indemnity, a great film noir, black and white, just a fantastic, I would say it's a bit of a thriller. There's, some good drama. And of course you have some wonderful performances, and the 4K transfer on this is excellent. It really has a great visual style. And if you know Billy Wilder, he has some great dialogue. I mean, he has such a unique voice. Even if he's doing something more along the lines of a comedy or a thriller like this, yes, it works absolutely, and I would highly recommend you check out Double Indemnity. It looks great on 4K. This was also released just about a week or so ago as of the recording, and it's from director Bong Joon-ho, and that is Okja, which premiered over on Netflix. And, I remember watching on Netflix. I am a big fan of the director, of course. You may best know him from Parasite, Memories of a Murder, and just he has a great library. But Okja, as an animal lover, I really resonated well with this one. I think it has some, it's a little bit more Americanized than his typical film, of course, but, you have Tilda Swinton who stars in it, Paul Dano, Jake Gyllenhaal in a really crazy role. But it hits you in the feels, especially if you, love animals, of course. And the 4K disc is beautiful. This is a great looking 4K. I am a huge fan of the film. I'm glad to have it on physical media. Of course, with movies premiering on Netflix, you are more likely than not going to get a physical release of this. So I'm glad Criterion stepped up. We have a physical disc of this one, and I would recommend it, especially if you are a fan of the director. Check out Okja. This one was a release a couple months ago, and it's I would say label it kind of a screwball comedy. Bringing Up Baby, starring Katharine Hepburn and Cary Grant. These two have a great chemistry together on screen. It really just has to do, I mean, it's a zany film. It really is. It has some great comedic elements, and it is classic Hollywood, which I always love when Criterion, one of the things I enjoy about Criterion Collection is not only do they embrace international flair, unlike most labels do, but the old school Hollywood stuff is also, really at home under the label. I think this is an excellent disc. I would have liked this in 4K, admittedly, but I just enjoy the Blu Ray edition of this a lot. It's a funny movie. It actually made me laugh out loud many times, and it is something I go back to a bit. It's hilarious. And it's crazy how, because they use a real live animal in this one. You can kind of see how they try to separate it, from the actors and all that. But it's entertaining. It's a very amusing film. But I recommend Bringing Up Baby. It's good classic Hollywood. lately during my home viewing, I've been on a bit of a Coen Brothers kick. I am a huge fan of their work. I think they handle dramas, comedies just very well. They have their own unique voice. And of course, the Criterion Collection has put a few movies of theirs in their catalog. And I just thought I would highlight a few. One that's been out for a little while and one that's somewhat recent. Miller's Crossing, I think, is a beautiful looking disc. And it has a great story. It's a crime drama, but it has such a wonderful cast, and the story is excellent. It reminded me how well, you know, just the brothers handle like this type of work. I think I'm a fan of this movie. It's great. It is something that I can go back to, and it's got a good soundtrack, which I really appreciate. So yeah, Miller's Crossing came out, I believe, in March of this past year. But yeah, check this one out. And of course, I wanted to highlight this one, Inside Llewyn Davis, which I feel is one of the Coen Brothers' least, you know, it's very underrated, let's put it this way. Of course, it stars Oscar Isaac and some typical Coen Brothers cast members. I enjoy this one. It's very much a character study, and it also leans a little bit onto, like, you know, a little bit of reality bending kind of narrative. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But I think this is a fantastic. It's also got Adam Driver in an earlier role of his. But I like this one. It's something I go back to, and the soundtrack is amazing. I downloaded the soundtrack after the first time I watched it, and it is a great, great audio presentation. I enjoy this one. Criterion did a fantastic job. Yeah, just Inside Llewyn Davis, it is something, it's very much in the vein of the Coen Brothers, of course, but it is something a little bit different than what they normally do. So yeah, check this one out. I do recommend it. This one was actually just came out about a week or two ago. It's the newest quote-unquote movie on this list, The Worst Person in the World. You know what? I went into this one, I think I saw a trailer. I had a couple friends recommend it to me. I watched it. I really enjoyed it. It's a movie that it has a protagonist who is very flawed. She has such, you know, it's her journey, but it's also, you know, the bumps and trials and tribulations that go along with it. And I really dug it. I think it's a good story. It is subtitled, which I, you know, enjoy that, of course. But I liked this one a lot. I am very happy to have this one in my collection. So, you know what? Look the trailer up. Watch it just based off the trailer. Don't even look at reviews. But yeah, check out The Worst Person in the World. I think you'll definitely dig it. And it is something that, you know, it may stay with you depending on where you are in life. So yeah, check that one out. Of course, with the recent passing of James Caan, I wanted to highlight this one, and it's also one of my favorite directors. Michael Mann and James Caan, Thief. I mean, what can I say? The man had such a great just library of films, and with the Criterion Collection doing what they do, I think this one was given the proper respect on disc. Maybe one day we'll see a 4K edition of this one. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But it's a good, you know, it's a good drama, and Caan plays an excellent role. I think, you know, like I said, I'm a fan of Michael Mann as a director. Heat is one of my favorite movies of all time, but this one is a close, when it comes to Mann's films, it's one of my, a close second or third. And James Caan is fantastic. Check out Thief. It is a fantastic, you know, drama, and it has some great, great dialogue, some good stuff happening on screen. So yeah, check that one out. This was a recent, well, somewhat recent release on 4K from the Criterion Collection, and that is The Red Shoes. This is, once again, this falls under classic Hollywood, not typical Hollywood, of course, but it really is, it's a beautifully made movie, and it has some great visuals, and the 4K edition of The Red Shoes, gorgeous. It is really gorgeous. I did a 4K review on the channel if you want to go look for that. I recommend it, and you know, and it's also like those looking for an upgrade. I do think that the 4Ks really just give you your value, and you know, movies like this, which have inspired many filmmakers, you know, classic, you know, filmmakers that we hold in such high regard today, were inspired by this movie. And, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's a film about ballet. It's not it's not about ballet. It's about the subtext beneath it. And this one really just is a great story. It has some good elements, and the ending is also, you know, one of those that has been kind of, you know, it's held in very high regard. So yeah, the Red Shoes, I would highly recommend you pick this one up as part of the sale. And this one is classic. When you think of on-screen bad guys, this, I feel he is in the top 5, easy. And it's also a movie that really just, it has so many great influences to films that came later. What can I say? The Night of the Hunter, awesome. It's old school Hollywood. Robert Mitchum, great. I mean, I've been watching a lot of his films lately too, and this one is one of, I feel, just a great performance. It's a chilling movie. It's wow. I mean, this one is just a film that you can study and just see where, you know, even today's directors, even the younger directors, I think go back to this one because it is such a well-regarded film, and it is just, oh, so good. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it is something that if you are just even, you know, curious about old school Hollywood and a good thriller, The Night of the Hunter is something that you should definitely check out. And, you know, maybe one day we'll get an upgraded edition, but in the meantime, the Blu-ray from the Criterion collection, it's a very good Blu-ray disc. Okay, so those are some of the Criterion collection titles that I recommend you pick up for the July 2022 Criterion sale over at Barnes & Noble. And as I mentioned, Amazon is also price matching these titles. And I will go ahead and leave an Amazon link in the comment section if you're interested in picking any of these up. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.